And now to the big story from Turkey. They've raised the minimum wage by 49%. It's a steep rise. But Ankara says it's a much-needed rise. Turkey is dealing with a cost of living crisis, so this will offer some relief to citizens. But it could also complicate things, like Turkey's fight against inflation. So why is President Erdogan doing it? The obvious answer is the local elections. Turkey will choose its mayors in 2024, and Erdogan wants to win Istanbul back. But will this be enough to sway the public? Our next report tells you.
In the first decade of this century, Turkey's economy was a success story. It was growing rapidly. Everything was going well, until it wasn't. Things began unraveling in 2013. Since 2019, Turkey has witnessed double-digit inflation. We are nearing the end of 2023. The Turkish economy is in tatters. Inflation is still soaring, but the government is back to its populist measures. This time they've hiked the minimum wage. Turkey has raised minimum wage by 49%. The monthly minimum wage will be raised to $578, and it's long overdue. Turkey is dealing with a cost of living crisis. The lira has plunged. In 2021, $1 was worth around 8 Turkish lira. In July 2023, it was around 27 lira. This year, it lost around 35% of its value against the dollar. And that means two things: economic turmoil and spiraling prices. Food, utilities, rent, the prices skyrocketed, and Turkey's residents were left struggling.
I want the dollar exchange rate to decline. I want the price of petrol and inflation to drop. I want to go back to the life I had 5 or 6 years ago. I want to be able to go on a picnic and travel abroad.
We are poor people. Of course, I would like the price of whatever goes into my kitchen to decrease. It is a good thing for us. We cannot buy meat. It's never present in our kitchen. If we get 3 or 5 of these vegetables, it's good. If we buy them today, we can't afford them the next day. So of course, I want the prices to drop.
1/3 of its population earns minimum wage, so they were at the risk of poverty. Some can't afford rent, some can't afford food, and many can't afford both. So hiking the minimum wages will do them some good. It will ease their difficulties. But will it do more harm to the economy? Last month, Turkey's inflation was at 62%. The central bank has hiked interest rates, but even that hasn't worked. Higher interest rates have begun to slow consumption. Recovery will take time, at least 2 more years. So cooling inflation will be a lengthy process. But hiking minimum wages could hamper that. Higher minimum wages are likely to push up inflation, because the more money people have, the more they will spend. So why did Turkey's Labour Ministry take this move then? The answer is elections. Turkish residents will return to the ballot box on March 31st. They will vote for mayors across the country, and hiking minimum wages was targeted at that. Erdogan is no stranger to populist moves. He's kept interest rates low for years despite spiraling inflation, all to be in the good books of the public. This time, though, he has a lot at stake. In 2023, he won the presidential elections. It's his 3rd decade in power. But next year, he wants to win Istanbul and Ankara. Turkey's biggest city and its capital are both in control of the opposition, and Erdogan wants them back. So will hiking minimum wages be enough? Will it make the voters back his party? Or will this bout of Erdoganomics push Turkey into further turmoil?